Indian citizens are losing millions to a crime that leaves no physical trace. In extreme cases, like in Karnataka, victims are losing their lives. The targets of this scam are highly educated professionals, seasoned executives, and retirees. These individuals are being successfully placed under digital arrest, interrogated and held captive entirely through a Skype or WhatsApp video call by perpetrators who never set foot in their homes. This scam relies on a calculated hijacking of human neurobiology, engineered to bypass logic entirely. Cybercriminals moved beyond digital firewalls to target a far more vulnerable system, the human threat response. Their entire operational goal is to force a biological override, intentionally shutting down a victim's ability to think rationally. To formulate a defense, we have to look at exactly how this happens. We need to perform a chronological autopsy of the scam, tracking minute by minute how critical thinking is systematically dismantled. Phase 1 begins with an unexpected video call. The person on the screen is wearing a highly realistic uniform, posing as an officer from the police, customs, or the Central Bureau of Investigation. The caller immediately escalates the interaction by presenting official-looking documents, forged FIRs or warrants seemingly stamped by the Supreme Court. This triggers a deeply ingrained psychological reflex known as authority bias. From childhood, humans are socially conditioned to comply when confronted by law enforcement. The uniform and the fake paperwork act as a psychological Trojan horse. They instantly neutralize the victim's initial skepticism and establish unquestioned dominance over the conversation. Now the scam enters phase 2, isolation. The fake officers demand the victim remain on the video call continuously, explicitly forbidding them from contacting family or stepping outside their room. With the victim isolated, scammers introduce extreme threats of immediate jail time, leveraging fear to provoke raw terror. This pushes the brain into fight or flight. Under this extreme stress, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for logical evaluation, literally shuts down. Once the victim is paralyzed by panic, the scammers introduce the third phase, the relief valve. They offer a seemingly official exit strategy, instructing the victim to transfer their funds into a government safe account or convert it to cryptocurrency to clear their name pending investigation. The victim complies to fulfill a desperate, manufactured psychological need to escape the artificial threat bearing down on them. The loss of life savings is the final symptom of a complete, engineered psychological collapse. Major institutions are recognizing the asymmetric nature of this warfare. The Supreme Court of India has stepped in, directing a pan-India CBI probe to trace and dismantle these cross-border networks. And looking ahead to 2027, the Reserve Bank of India is rolling out a new financial safety net designed to shift liability away from the consumer. For domestic banking frauds involving losses up to 50,000 rupees, victims can be compensated for up to 85% of their loss. But to qualify, victims must officially report the fraud within a strict 5-day window. By placing the financial burden directly onto the system, this framework forces banks to implement aggressive new security measures to avoid paying for the scammer's success. While institutional policy catches up, individual defense protocols remain the primary safeguard. The government has released official guidelines, like the Vigilante Handbook, to help citizens actively break the psychological loop. If an account or device is compromised, victims are advised to use the LBW Rule as an immediate triage protocol. Contact law enforcement, notify your bank, and completely wipe your compromised devices. To stop the scam before it requires triage, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has outlined a 3-step cognitive framework. Stop, do not panic or give away personal information. Think, recognize that no government agency demands money over a video call. And take action. Dial the National Cyber Helpline at 1930 and report it immediately. Because digital arrests rely on artificial panic, the ultimate defense is simpler than any firewall. Hang up the phone, buy time, and allow the rational brain to reboot.